5% of your profit, you can spend. Doing more, no problem. Doing less is a problem. That's the same thing you have to understand. And as I mentioned, people are not spending 2%. Many people have a doubt about it. Preferred geography for application of funds. I only want to put on this particular thing. Preferred. And I think preference doesn't mean that only in Pune, Mumbai, Nashik, Kolhapur, Satara, or Aurangabad. Talk about rest of Maharashtra. Literally, the people are saying that. You tell me how you corporate is Bombay and how you are going to do the work. There will be more competition between corporates only. Everybody talks, this is my community. This is my school. And there is Pune. Pune has 300 schools and now they have started fighting with, I have adopted the school. People started putting their roles. They have started working with this, I have done the college. And you say, what is your problem? I have done a study in the Japanese University last time. If you have studied Anjala or whatever industrial base. The industries are around 200-300 and there are only 3-5 villages. You tell me what to do. If you go to the school, headmaster sitting on the chair and saying, you give me a benches, you give me the salary of my student, security and whatever. So what is happening? Something I am not. And I already written an article on this and it's already come down. What is the reality? Where the fund has to go? Last Saturday I was with Malali. I am talking to around 35 bars of Amravati, Aurangabad, Varda, even the Usmanabad and Kolhapur. They are running a ball for 50 and 100 students. And the total budget is of 1,20,000 rupees or 1,20,000 rupees. This is the grant from the government. Now you tell me. But I told them that you are a Samstha Shala. You are a Salash person. If you are not going to do a proper work, I am going to be there to handle it. But definitely there is a requirement. See that what exactly is going to happen. So basically, I also want to put the pressure to the government also saying that tell all the corporates saying that they should spend the money actually one major project in the rural area. DPA guidelines, Director of Public Sector Enterprises guidelines, and they have given the clear instructions. So one major project should be taken into rural areas. That is in the backward district, but now the list is going to be extended again. But I feel that why can't people get out? You will get more satisfaction. There is a competition. There are more NGOs. There are issues. The issues are fighting between their own problems. You have a lot of things to do. But simply, nearby your son, you are working in the work. And there are 5 corporates working in one slum. One NGO is getting points from 10 corporates. What is that? I think this is something which you do it. The NGO also need to understand what exactly I have to do it. I am telling you, it is not that easy to spend the money. I also deal with the take Mahindra project. 20 lakh rupees karna is very difficult for them. 15 lakh, 20 lakh is the amount, but it is very difficult for an NGO to spend. How the corporate is doing, I said, tell me the impact. I will be talking about the impact. I said, let's find out the impact. What exactly happening? And that will come. So, it is my request to you all people that whichever you people been working with your plan and you are being into the CSR committee, try to understand, sir, we need to do the particular CSR in the area where it is required. Rather than, because of the sake of our interest, we need to do it. जे मला घराचे सवाल पडते मला लोकांना दाखवता येईल एमडीला लोक घेऊन जर असे फुल हार घेता येईल ओके this is the point. So Kashmir to Kanyakumari, anywhere you can do it. Some finance director, chartered accountant mentions that do it simply in your area. It will be easy for you. So people will go into it. That's it. Don't do that. This is another thing is happening. So okay, this is one. People raise more of the question saying that what exactly we have a very good heart and we have paid for unfavoring group. So there is no need to do it this making this act and all that. I said why this act has come down. We are spending the money. I said spending the money give me the result. No, I said I have given a donation. I said for any project you have a 10 to 20 activities. If I am taking 20 lakhs, I am doing these 20 activities for 20 lakhs. When you see the companies who have, I just put down the acronym kind of thing in the costing. So this is something which you need to understand. If I have a budget of CSR around 686 crores, you tell me how many activities I have to do it. And don't I have to have a system? Don't I have to have a policy? Don't I have people for it? Don't I have a good NGO to work on this? That only thing to work out. And as I mentioned to the following thing that technology, skills and things, we should work on. And another thing is, this particular act is not going to be combined with any other law. Suppose I have taken a higher CSR manager, that person will not, the salary of that person will not be considered 2%, frankly speaking. Why? Because any other laws, it is not considered in that length. How can I put it to CSR also? If you have a project director and it is a project, you can do it. If you have a project and program where you people need to put down, their salary will be considered under the 2% because it's a project. But on your company role, if the person is working, it's not. But yes, so people like you are coming in attending the kind of the station, seminar, conferences, visiting to some of the CSR projects, that costing, that traveling, that program is also considered in the 2% with 5%. Means in that 5% you will consider for your examining whatever the courses that you are attending in the CSR and all. We have started a deployment CSR in our institute, and there are around 10 corporates who have sent their students to attend, their employees to attend that particular course. So these are got a bit of that. They are going to get benefit. So please list it out. Whoever is a company, small or a larger company, I 5 crore here, so profit, how much will come now? It's going to come around 10 lakh rupees. You have to spend 10 lakh rupees. Sitting with the people of the Victory, Goldman Interior, I've done their project within a 5 lakh where it is more as in the Bhagwanpur also. Because they are HR, they are still together. We had a 2-day workshop and then we have a dialogue, cross dialogue, and then we design. So very good project I'm telling you. Forget about the money, but when you have a kind of a skill to do it, it will happen. Schedule 7, it is already available on the Ministry of Corporate Affairs website. But just to tell you about it, everything is going to be under this. Poverty, hunger, malnutrition, preventive healthcare is something earlier it was like, but now it is more of these problems of promoting healthcare also. So treatment is also going to be considered. Earlier it was not only promoting the preventive healthcare, but now treatment is also going to be considered because the kind of diseases or the operations and the things that we are getting into. And recently, our state government saying dengue is not that serious kind of thing. So something on that line also we have to work on. Because poor child, if he is not having a treatment on that line for any other kind of disease, how are we going to contribute into it? So this is again required. Promoting education, it's a vast activity. I'm not talking about the primary education or secondary education or higher education. Even I want to give a driving related awareness or want to tell about safety rules. That also, not in the company, it's again, it's into that, but it's also into the project. This is something which we have to understand. Vocational skills, especially among women, children, that is again there, elderly, differently abled, and livelihood enhancement project. So this is all will be considered into it. And I'll tell you one thing, this project, yes, all these particular schemes are in the government. But the point is that we are not going to have that to be substituted in that. We need to have complement. We need to have the additional into it to go ahead with this. This is something we have to understand. Because Mahila Organization is there, the Women's Child Welfare Department is there, the Health Department is there, everybody is doing that initiative. But we have to see on that line. Gender equality? Yes. Some of the people said that in our company we take women employees will be our CSR. I said that is another issue under your GRI guidelines and whatever that under the particular rules and regulations coming in, but gender equality among in the community, how it is going ahead. Recently, our Nagar has been like working like anything. And yesterday also there was certain thing has happened. You heard about that or not? The Sarpanch, Mahila Sarpanch was beaten by and he was in person who has been done that. Nagar is coming on that vibrant mode and I am from Nagar. So I said, what is gender equality again? So this is a program and project that you have to develop for CSR in your company in that time, and you will take up to the to the rural areas also. So that is one. The next is the daycare center, old age home, that's already there. Ensuring environmental sustainability in college. I had a discussion day before yesterday. I'm going to speak with some of the companies in Pune, and we are going to take a project of water cleaning of Israel, cleaning water projects, and definitely I had a discussion with Deputy Secretary of Environment also yesterday, and we are planning it, how we are going to have these projects to be taken up. And that's small, yes, they want to do it, we'll take care of it. But again, it's the responsibility of the local villages. So just employ volunteers going and cleaning the river is not CSR. You need to take and social mobilization to do the thing. So that's another aspect. So all the things related to environment is already there. So we have to look after it. We are working again on the next project from Inora, the BYSPs, on the waste management research. Pune. These are the projects which is been coming up, and we are going to definitely help that project by working with the corporate. This is another area. Protection of natural heritage and art, okay, fine. This is something again, not my thing, but yes, definitely. The things are required to develop the libraries and all for the communities and another aspect. That's another aspect. But yes, I think that more than that, the some Savardan is required rather than Killa Savardan. That's another aspect from my side, but it's required to do that way. Measures for the benefit of armed forces, yes, fine. Training to promote rural sports. Vitinandu is another movie in Marathi coming down, but now that's not a kind of a game is coming, but yes. And frankly speaking, yesterday there was a person from an organization and he's the wrestling champion and all. I said, why don't you take the people in that? And you know that SKF, that Depo, Salgaonkar, they have a team. Salgaonkar and even the Seta Goa, they have a team where they also take the people from the community, the children, and they have the football team which has a working. This is something where we need to talk about. Underprivileged children be required, not the people with art society, but they have to be having that thing. And Paralympic sports and all that. I purposely put this into red. Prime Minister really fine. Why? Why? So bypass. Are you people are going to do this bypass? Is it that easy? Why? Why is it not easy? If I have money, I will just put into Bitcoin. Is it that easy? Frankly speaking, you tell me the Prime Minister Relief Fund has some kind of infrastructure or a kind of manpower available. And in that manpower available, do I have that particular people or capable enough to take that thing further? If you talk with the money, everybody says that अरे छोड़ो ये झंझट हमारे सर से निकाल के दूसरे के सर पे मारते हैं। साहब वहाँ पे मोदी साहब बैठे हैं, you already been saying that आप पहले करो। People give an example of Ajit Singh ने 10 करोड़ दिया, अरे भाई उसने already ये spend around more than 500 करोड़, उसमें से कुछ 5% ये given. So you come with your 10% kind of an amount into the plan. Don't come with me. You have a 10 lakh budget, you said, sir, I will give you a refund. I said no. Because already the check is there, government is with heavy burden with their own cost. 70,000 crores is already there with Social Welfare Department. We are from Social Welfare Department. We are an as good as employee of Social Welfare Department. Then most of the grants go back. What are you going to do this? And again you are going to this point, and it is not permissible. Though you have a very clear and a traffic order, police officer will say check it is not that easy and it's allowed. So, don't think of every chartered accountant has also the clarity, but finance director is again still got stuck with this clearly. वो कर लेंगे सर रेलवे जो कुछ नहीं बचे हम दे देंगे किसी को. But I think they are very serious about this thing. This is another aspect. Contribution of funds provided to technical incubators, yes, the ITI and other institutions, and there are good projects coming up. The PhD physicists and other aspects also can be helping to designing good lines. I had a discussion at the evening. The good person working on IIT, he's a doctorate in IIT Mumbai, and there was good project from this. Water purification and all that. It's a very typical reason. We talk about name and other things. There was a kit which is available, and I was really impressed. This is something which we need to spend on. The other people come with the toilet, which has been the working toilet has been provided. But they're saying after next 3 years it will come. I said, why not pass? This is another kind of area. Rural development project, everything. People saying that, sir, I want to construct the road. I said, why? I will construct the road, I will give a Jilla Parishad of blackboard. Some people from Gram Panchayat, sir, construction of our Gram Panchayat building. It is easy. But we need to projectivize. In the rural development, you need to mention what exactly it is. So this is something again, a requirement. Simply, now, another people have to say, because sitting there, they're saying, toilet bath hai, अच्छा भी है, toilet bath. Everybody is behind the toilet. People are doing a bidding of it. कौन सी company toilet bath है? I just पहले check करो whether there is no water available. What sanitation facilities are available in that nearby, and what is the kind of thinking is there. Many of the schools I visited, that time, that particular college is there, I am also teaching, but sometimes headmaster lost that particular subject by So who is going to see in that line also? This is something again, the problem which is going to raise. But toilet बनाना बहुत easy है. Toilet के साफ का use करना है, again to be maintained, it is difficult. Yes. Yesterday newspaper has given a report that DRDO has come out with a concept called biodigestible laboratory. And I think India Railways already started using it. So they are going to implement this across the country. That because the water and no pollution and no other side effects. So we can explore this particular concept and we can roll it out. This is something again required to that. Not only even start of field. Yes, they are also biodigestible, orderliness, and there is no requirement of water at all. Technology. So technology, I think is going to drive this. Yeah, definitely. I have not seen against technology and research in taking it up. I am just thinking that when it is going to implement this result, how the people will be accountable to. So we have a corporate and accountable for 2%. What about the people who are involved in that? What is their participation in that particular cause? That's another area where we talk about. I don't know technology is there in that. No, I think that's a serious flaw. I see this serious law. I see a serious flaw with this CSR law. You can implement it. I think it's better late than never. That way it's a good one initiative. But at the same time, what are your organizational capabilities? Right. You have to use funds today and if you want to utilize these funds, the capability, how many institutions are there today who have the capability to utilize this fund very, very gainfully and successfully? I know Rajesh is going to think about that strategy. So we have a classic case of priority sector lending. I will tell you. Priority sector lending is that it stipulates that each bank of the total their credit advancement, 40% has to go to the private sector. Right? How many banks are there today which are spending 40% on the private sector area? Essentially, they put this money with Mawar. Right? They park their money with Mawar and they Mawar does not allow. It's not an efficient to really spend this money on very useful projects. The same same is going to happen to this also. So this is again what we are saying. And what I do, I just finish this and I will finish that's what submission what we have said.
I request all the questions will be taken after the session. Okay.
Then area development, that's another thing which comes to it. Some development program is already been taken care by NGOs and corporate laws. It doesn't mean that we are going to construct the houses and all that, it will be clarified into different things. But this is something again we have to understand, like how we have to improve this slum in the cost of sanitation, water activities in that. I have done a survey in Pune, and there was, I've been seeing a surprise that the one water, they have a tap, the water comes for 2 hours, at least 1.5 hours of water has to just to be opened. Why? Because the odor is very dangerous place. People cannot smell the odor. When this water is not going to intervene. So 1.5 hours the water is just being let and there water is flowing in the community. I said, what is the problem? This is something which is another. Another issue of unauthorized service are there. One other thing which is going to be addressed in that line. Anyway, so this is something which is not to make you a question on that, like what are the penalties are there. But yes, there are certain penalties which people have to take it seriously. And rather than I said for social, why should I give a penalty? You just report it to that and it's finished. But yes, in the act it's already a provision is made that if certain things is not been done in that manner, it's also a kind of penalty to be available. Yes, who is going to do this activity? Yes, definitely there are CPOs, NGOs, local self-government who can do it. You can have your own foundation. There are people who can club together. I have a very interesting example of Goa Business Foundation. This is before this rule and act. All mining companies coming together and they are having a certain foundation where they have been working. So they have 2% on their turnover again, giving environmental guidelines and that line the mining companies have made that. So this is another there. This Goa Business Foundation, that's an organization. You can just visit that. CSR community, I already mentioned you that. Reporting, this is the very important thing. The incentive reporting is something where what, where and how. This is something all things are being answered into this and when it is to be. So project activities identified, baseline is also required to identify. Sector which project is covered. You have a 7 schedule for that and you need to talk about that. Projects and programs, local areas or others. Specify the state, district, that's another thing. Amount, budgeted for it, and program, whatever the program that you have been listed out. Amount spent in the program, direct expenditure or overhead project. Cumulative spent up to the reporting period, whatever you have done for the reporting period till today, what is the amount. And if the organization has given the fund to the NGOs, and to NGOs, people have been spending, so we want the details of the NGOs also. So that's the requirement again. So it's a requirement in the case of the group. Now, again the people are going to talk about what exactly the 2%. So net profit last continuous 3 years to be calculated and the 2% will come into it. That's the one thing. Who is going to sign this? Again, this is again the important point. That's why it is more being crucial that when you go to sign, you going to ask you what you have done as a committee and what is the role. Probably will ask that. So that's another question which will come to this. I am here because of separation of the two things. What is CSR, what is not CSR? Just to give you a clear understanding. So when you are going to make your CSR plan, you can put this in the line of this. It should be very measurable. Because what are activities? My emotions for the underprivileged. It is not very measurable. Something we say, but I also mean that you have given how many bags to the school children. I said for what and what is the project? I'll give you at the end what is the simple concept of the quality in scale. So it should be measurable, it should be found in that line. It must bring direct benefits to marginalize disadvantage poor or destroyed section of the community. This is another very important thing. In Pune we have Deccan Gym, Khana, everything. The sports are clear there. In fact, student contribution, it will not even be in that particular people in that. Okay. So just keep in that mind. It should not benefit only the employees of the company and their families. It's about it. Because people think that those such employers ask me about, sir, if suppose we have the person who was retired and who has got the health problem, can we give a help? I said, what is the help? How much is the help? And why do you want to give help? Because he is an employee, you already have him find out the medical insurance, whatever you can achieve and what. So you need to find out whether it's from underprivileged or not. Secondly, if that disease is costing is so high, it is again acceptable. So this again coming into the underprivileged group because he has certain kind of the cost which is making him in that way. So very much understandable things we do that line. Need to understand. This is a very important point. Their practice must be the form of projects and programs. Components of projects are as follows. But assessment should be done. So you may want to go with an NGO. But that NGO assessment needs to be done. You need to call for 10 NGOs to understand whether they are equipped good enough to take care of the activities. And baseline. Health checkup camp is a baseline for conducting the project. But health activity is not just a project. To have a health activity conducted for HP testing or for whatever the general checkup is conducted, this is your baseline. And based on that, you can have the kind of project we design on that. This is another thing. All projects should have defined time timeline, annual financial obligations to be made, so it will come into a project proposal document. Clearly identify the milestone which is going to be achieved. So monitoring, plan, the execution, long-term analysis will be there in this line. The clearly identified measurable objectives and goals which is to be taken, proposed periodic review and monitoring. Now the organizations, they are doing the monitoring of the organization. Whether you are going to find, because the people don't have a time to make it, because you are already doing your business, you already have your activities to work with. So who is going to monitor them? NGO said, I got a money I am going to spend. And corporate not asking the corporate also think what we ask of the NGO. So some people who are there will, like aapko pata hai, you are an NGO. You need to give them the details to us. This is simply easier to understand. Here is assessment. You can do it. Maximum schemes of the government is got failure because of this reason, I'm telling you. We as when we are talking about Minister SRD when 2004 started, we done the evaluation of SRD, State Research Center Hyderabad. We said what exactly the added research campaign is going on. There is some stuff which has been conducting in the community programs in the enforcement of level. So that was started, and now the BCM Mahamandri upon calling the money to the disabled people, 20,000, 30,000 for running their taxi and all whatever. What is happening with that money? Now people started evaluating. It is starting 2004 onwards. Some of the work is already done with. But it all came starting 1970, 75. And still today there was no any monitoring. So where the money gone, what is happening with that, things are. So with the same CSR project, we all need to have evaluation. It will give you a result understanding in that. Pure philanthropy, yes, definitely is not going to happen. As of for fund, you as an employee, you want to give a donation to one company, it is open to you. You can give it. But that is not restricted to 2% of the amount. That's another thing which is important. Okay. So, as an employee, you always, you get ATT or whatever, you get a benefit of your own satisfaction, that's fine. So, this is something that is required. Corporate are expected to find projects on their own accounts to implementing it. This is another thing. Whatever money you are given, you have an account and that will be given to the implementing agency, whichever is the NGO, CDO, whatever. Find money deposit in the central or government accounts is not account as CSR. Other agents do that. Should not put the money for all that schemes where we have our SGS and all that. It is already the government running it. For substitute, for complementary, we can support the program. In my institute, we have a student from SCSC and minority. So we have done a project on conference state level, but it's a project under one head. Talking about the scholarship, education, promotion program. We will be in that line. We have done that. Government program initiatives can be complemented and supplemented. People are coming with midday meal and all that, and people know that. I have also heard about some of the schools where the midday meal get, people are not distributed also. Some because they have to be beyond that line. But some area it is more required. But I have seen that. I will put an example. Last week I was in Hyderabad and one IT company was taken one school. So when I went there, there was a given banana and a cake. When I finished all the people, it was a huge, around 4-5 dozen bananas were there in that particular box. And he told. And then people asked me, just we were here. And then I said, my people, you are also coming in the same company to support them. What is the system here? Some people are not that. So then I said, don't get into it. Please make a point. Don't get into such kind of initiative where we are doing or going to address the thing. Program coding must be bigger in India. Because they have kind of things to others, kind of. Forget about that. I think you can do it first for R&D and then we think of others. Program project undertaken out here will not be considered. That is one. I have mentioned to you, not with any other regulations of law to be combined. I already job is created, that is the CSR that they are going to have. I mentioned here, help people to help themselves is a social work approach and not social service approach. That is the main thing you need to understand. And most important, people's participation is must. What you want, even that needs to be come from the people. At the same time, it should be made accountable for them. Otherwise, they will not want to follow what you do. How to start? I got a very interesting thing. I think I will give you on that one. But this is something where we need to think of. The most, because I think that the volunteer comes to me, they are doing wonderful job and they want to do many things. But the board of directors are not interested. They say, अरे ऐसी कर सकते हैं, मतलब 2 करोड़ रुपए आप एम्प्लॉय वॉलंटियर किसको कैसे खर्च कर सकते हो? एम्प्लॉय वॉलंटियर कितना ही काम है? They go in weekly basis, they go to some of the areas, they do it the same. How is possible? So I think there is a more from the top authority should be given a guidance. Board of directors and other people who are sitting on that level, they should be given an understanding of this particular thing. So I think the build vision and support HR CSR initiatives we have to build the understanding of the CEOs and the board of directors of the organization. Examine current CSR system, what exactly we have and what we can do it, because we need to have implement CSR management system. It's another point I'm telling you. It's a management system because anything which is corporate or in a company or private or in a public sector, whatever they do, they have a system for it. And that system should be followed. And that should have some kind of the 1, 2, 3, 4 points. And there are CSR steps which is into my point. Understand the drivers, what exactly you do it. Identify key CSR issues and evaluate stakeholders. Evaluate what they are required. Identify functions that support CSR efforts. That is one. Analyze company system, culture and impending changes. Now, we have a paper called Practicing HR. Based on that, we also need to think about CSR and that. The leaders in 2000 has written a very good book and he find it out that there are drivers. What exactly the things are. So, this is the situation. This is I made it very simple. As a system that you want. And I think the people don't want to get into words. They want to have such kind of things to it. What business sector you are, based on that, find out who are the people are more social initiatives or even the categories who can have a very good network, connections, talk and initiatives to take. So they are coming to CSR committee. And the person who is good very strong initiative to do that. They need to think about first CSR policy. Based on what discussions, and I mentioned that all the steps which you want to, which area we want to get into it. In strategic business sector, the people will come in that. If I am from the health, I definitely prefer to work in the health sector. But then it will come women health, children's health, and all of the people will talk about it. Mental health also is involved. So that's the requirement. Identification of society needs, survey expectations, and community participation. That's a very important thing. So after CSR policy, just jump to the one project. Just find out. What is the reason? Because anyway, when you do a training assessment program, we have a different methods to conduct a training program. Simply, I felt it, so I am not conducting a training program to you people. I take a requirement from you, and then I do it. So why don't you do community? You need to go there. You find it out where I want to go, and that is the reason. And it's from here as per the CSR policy. Maybe there are 100 needs will come into it, but I need to focus only 5. I want to focus 5 CSR needs which I want to work on. Validation of the programs and projects, maybe I have a 5 projects costing me more than that. So I can say, okay, this year I can do 2 projects. Maybe next year we can work on another project. So another thing will come about prioritization of the program that we can do it. Preparation of the action plan. How are we going to go about it? How are we going to select? What are the projects we want to take it up? What is the budget allotted? How are we going to do it? Implementation of projects. That's it. Now implementation, I cannot go there in the next year and say, now, I'm going to that. It will not like that. You need to have quarterly variation monitoring parameters. You need to have a discussion close to understand that. So implementation of the project, after that monitoring evaluation, quarterly impact assessment is required. If everything is okay, we will continue from the project. Accordingly, we can go further steps. After 3 years, 4 years, we can go for next. That means we have exit plan. If you are not okay, definitely needs to be defined. My program is not being required for the society. Let's stop that. Why should I continue it? That's why I work on this. This is more of PDCA, plan, do, check and act. Charges structure where people have to understand. And this will give you a same steps which I just mentioned again also. So plan, improvement, action, input, support, revise budget, change in the program. That is the whole PDCA cycle. There are some questions which I raised. The belt is there and our rest of Maharashtra. When every time you come to Bombay, you come into a direction, roaming charge. I said, I come in 2 hours and I come into going to stadium. This is another thing which I have found. But this is something which again says, where for the rest of Maharashtra? What we have to do it. So my decision thing is that why don't you just find out a good project in the area where you have less competition of corporate but there is a more competition of between NGOs. You can do a better one there. That's the part. So this particular thing as a HR person what they can do it. HR can carry forward the CSR policy of the goal and human resources planner can practically contribute to part of CSR. To be the CSR committee member, you also people from the resources of the relationship, I don't even get into this. CSR used to be considered as corporate social and HR as considered human relations executive. Encourage CSR practice throughout the organization. That's another thing because volunteers are not that much. Some people are doing a study in Manjami on the PhD and they are talking about employee volunteers in manufacturing and product in IT. You will find IT people they are more volunteers than the manufacturing. Now, people have to put down how I to motivate them to get into this. Another idea. The strategic CSR needs to go hand in hand with strategic CSR. That we have to do better. And finally, we have regulatory environment for corporate to improve their people and environmental conditions. This is what I specifically think about what exactly corporate CSR policy contributing. We are implementing agency either through foundation, CBOs, NGOs, local government, and there is a monitoring agency group level which are finding from the local area also. That should be done. We have been done this program in context. This is one example I want to give it because there was no time. What exactly? People talk about quality education. But when you say improving the quality of education at a municipal school, what are you going to talk about? We will talk about physical environment, school infrastructure. So whatever comes, that will be listed out. Number 2, enjoyable learning method. So what enjoyable learning method? Listing out. Then student mentoring, you have to list it out. Development, competitive skills and career, that is another thing. Sports, arts, extracurricular activities, that's again. Academic performance of students and value education. Now, under that all things we have listed and for each activity we need to have a parameter. That will be monitored. I said, okay, this is a student mentoring. I need to check at how many mentors I received from the community. Who are the people mentors? One person needs to how many mentors? What are the issues comes in that mentor? So I should have to do this particular kind of measurement. Same the line I talked about value education. What value inculcated, which way is inculcated, and what is the result? The life skill program is another thing which is happening. So this is the area. These are the companies which we are associated with. We are doing our CSR project. Any questions that you can just put down?